in the streets of Detroit, where cold nights break even the strongest souls, one broken man discovered a reason to rise. This is not just a comeback story. This is the story of an American transformation that proves, no matter how far you fall, you can rise higher than you ever dreamed. The sun hadn't risen yet, but the cold already had. Detroit winters don't forgive, and Marcus Cole knew that better than most. He sat against a worn brick wall behind an abandoned auto shop, the place he had been calling home for the last 6 months. Once, Marcus was the guy people admired, a former high school athlete, a hard-working American, a dreamer who once believed success was waiting for him just around the corner. But life doesn't always care about your plans. A tragic accident took his younger brother. Depression followed. His job disappeared. Bills piled up, and one day Marcus woke up and realized he had lost everything: his home, his stability, even the belief that he mattered. But this morning, something felt different. Not warmer, not easier, but louder. It was the sound of a city waking up. Car engines, footsteps, the rumble of trains, and for the first time, Marcus felt like it was calling him, pulling him back toward a life he had abandoned. He stood up, brushed the frost off his jacket, and whispered to himself, "This isn't where my story ends." Sometimes rock bottom isn't a dead end. It's the start of a new direction. Marcus walked toward a small diner that often gave out leftover food. Inside, a woman named Linda, the owner, noticed him shivering near the door. "You okay, sweetheart?" she asked, her voice soft but strong. Marcus nodded, just trying to get through. She slid him a hot cup of coffee. No charge, just kindness. But it wasn't the coffee that shook Marcus. It was what she said next. "You know, you look like someone who used to believe in himself. Maybe it's time you try again." Those words hit harder than the winter wind. Marcus realized something crucial. Nobody was coming to save him, but someone did believe he could save himself. The next day, he went to a local community center. They offered a program that connected struggling adults with small jobs, cleaning parks, loading boxers, fixing minor repairs. Marcus signed up immediately. The first week was grueling. His muscles burned. His hands cracked in the cold. But his mind began to awaken. He wasn't homeless, doing nothing. He was homeless, fighting. And that changes everything. When you choose action over excuses. Life notices. Months passed. Marcus saved every dollar he could. He slept in shelters. He worked long hours. He ignored the looks people gave him. He stayed focused. One afternoon, while cleaning the lobby of a small tech company, Marcus heard 2 employees struggling with unloading equipment. He jumped in to help, lifting heavy crates like they were cardboard. "You strong as hell." One of them laughed. "You looking for work?" Marcus froze. For the first time in years, opportunity wasn't running from him. It was standing right in front of him. They took his information. 2 weeks later, Marcus was hired as an entry-level logistics worker. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't hype. But it was a door, and he walked through it with every ounce of determination he had left. He became the guy who arrived first and left last. The guy who never complained. The guy who said, "I'll do it," before anyone else could speak. People noticed. Managers noticed. Leadership noticed. 1 year later, he was promoted. Next year, promoted again. Soon, Marcus wasn't working in the warehouse. He was leading it. In 3 years, he became the director of operations of the same company where he once cleaned the floors. And on the anniversary of the day he first walked into Linda's diner, Marcus returned. This time, not hungry or cold, but grateful. He hugged Linda and said, "You didn't just give me coffee. You gave me courage."